Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya, and you guys, we're gonna be talking more about semen retention. But this time, we are gonna be talking about, Maya, I'm on semen retention, right? And some women aren't liking it. Some women actually don't want me to be on semen retention. Can you help us out with those answers? Why? I think we're doing something good for the masculine collective, aren't we? Let me tell you right now, we're going to get into the reasonings why. For this video, I'm going to be talking about the majority of why some women maybe that you will attract into your life if you're actually really taking semen retention seriously. Some women won't like it, and I'm going to get into those reasonings. And you know, some men are against it as well. You can't please everyone. The only person you can please is yourself. And when you can please yourself, then you can please another. So this is why don't listen to people if they're not in agreement to what you're doing with your life. It is your life, and you're doing something positive, not only for yourself, but for the feminine collective, the masculine collective, and the next generation. So let's do a quick little celebration for us. But that being said, I will touch on the reasonings. I actually got a lot of guidance about this, so I'm excited to discuss it with you guys. You know, a lot of women these days, they actually depend on your guys' weakness to fulfill their masculine frame that they're living in. And you guys are like, Maya, what you mean masculine frame? Like, we know women are masculine, we're aware, but why would they want us to remain weak? Because listen, you guys, a lot of people aren't able to look themselves in the mirror. I've said this before, and own up to the problems that perhaps they're participating in that they're not even liking. But, you know, but in today's society, we are living in a generation that I would say is addicted to validation and attention from strangers and from people that they don't know and will never know. And that actually validates them and their worth as a woman in today's society, but not in healthy ways, in over-sexualization of the women's body. So when more men participate in semen retention and cut those ties on like OnlyFans, porn sites, Instagram models, not a lot of women are going to like that, because that means their validation is not being fueled by men, weak men that they complain about all the time. So this is what we're going to be touching on today, because I see past a lot of shit in today's society, and you guys deserve to know about it as well. Okay, so let's get into why some women don't like semen retention. All right. So like I said, you guys, a lot of modern day women nowadays, because of how empowered women are with their sexualization of themselves and their bodies online, it's not really actually empowerment, but it's celebrated in today's society because it makes women and it makes men weak. So, you know, when we live in a weak society, this is normalized. And this is why it's important to talk about, because listen, a lot of women unconsciously actually crave your guys' validation and attention. Like, they need it to feel like someone, a woman in this day and age, instead of actually doing this healing work on herself and attracting into her life a man that wouldn't even want to sexualize a woman or want to participate in her own sexual exploitation of herself. So this is why most women, to have a man in constant validation or always supplying them with validation, it feels good to a woman, because, you know, women like to feel like almost wanted by a man. You know, it's in our makeup. Like, a man is usually the chaser and the woman is the one that is in pursuit. And, you know, nowadays it's pretty unhealthy the ways women go about it, and men, you know, and this is due to social media. But it's interesting because a lot of women complain about how shit men are, how they never attract good men into their lives, which just solidify this belief system more into women that men are shit, men are the problem, but we as women, we're not the problem. How could we be the problem? Men brought us here. Men are the ones that hurt us. Men are the ones that put us into this masculine frame because they're weak. Instead of questioning, Okay, why are men weak in today's society? What could I be doing to participate in weakening a man? Because a woman is a man's greatest weakness. Ooh, that's some stuff. That is some stuff. And women know this. Women know that men, like, I'm talking about straight men here, but this can also tie into feminine and masculine energy. So whatever resonates, just take it. But what I'm saying is the masculine weakness is feminine energy. But a lot of men are on a screen looking at women thinking they're feminine because they look like they look the part, they look feminine, but they're not getting in touch with that woman's energetics. Her energetics could be masculine. How do you know if a woman's energetics are masculine behind a screen? Well, it's pretty obvious. If a woman is actually showcasing herself half naked all the time, is degrading herself by participating in what they're doing to women, and the feminine collective, that's a pretty good sign that she's in her masculine frame, because no true feminine woman would participate in what they're doing to us as women. The over-sexualization. And, I've been aware of this because I used to participate in these acts, and I've awoken to the fact that no, now that I'm in my feminine energy, you guys, I'm not going to participate in what they're doing to women or men, weakening them by the act of sex, because sex sells. And that doesn't mean it's healthy. That means it's actually quite unhealthy in today's society. That means if sex is selling so much, not a lot of people are empowered, and they're finding empowerment through short-term pleasures, short-term validations that will always keep these people dependent on another person and not in their God energy, their God center. So when a man is practicing semen retention and he's wanting to feel empowerment, that can be highly triggering to a woman, to a wounded woman who hasn't done healing work on herself, who can't validate herself, because that means her supply of weak men is gonna lower. Even though we as women don't want to live in a society where there's weakened men, because that means women have to be masculine to compensate from the man's disempowerment through his masculine energy. But a woman will never be actually empowered through the masculine energy, because her role is to embody femininity, which this planet needs. And the planet doesn't actually have a balanced energy system right now. And we're seeing it through relationships, the divorce rates, just the society structure in general. We're putting men and women against one another instead of uplifting each other, speaking love and light and empowerment into one another. Because that's actually how true change happens, is not by shaming, but is by empowering, by actually healing ourselves first, so then we can heal this planet. Because once we heal, the planet will show us a direct reflection of the healing work that we as a collective society has done. But some people aren't ready to do that, okay? But you guys wanting semen retention is a good telltale sign that you're awakening to the fact of your weak mind and what they're doing with your need of, sexual things that tempt you, that keep you in this perpetual loop of actually maybe not having a fulfilling relationship. Because how can you find true fulfillment if your dopamine receptors are always spiked on Instagram, porn sites, provocative woman on the street? The list can go on. And the fact that you guys are aware of this is good. That's a good thing. We need more men awakening to what they're doing. Because I truly do believe men are the leaders. And I feel like that is the role you guys need to be in today's society. Because listen, a lot of women nowadays are hurt. They aren't in touch with their feminine essence of that love, that nurturing, that assistance to man. Because we've been over masculinized, because we've actually had to be masculine in today's society to survive, because a lot of men can't show up for women in femininity in the way that they deserve. So We both got to look ourselves in the mirror and see where we haven't been showing up in our energetic frame to produce in our life a direct reflection of healthy balance in our relationships and just our life in general. Women in today's society actually are in need of men more than ever before. And it shows we're in need of men, because look at all the women out there who are single, who are independent boss babes, don't need no man. But I need a man's validation though, because every time I post my butt, I get to exchange power roles. I get to be in charge, because if I show my ass, I can have all these simp men simping over me. And then we know that keeps a man weak. We are not dumb. We know that a man being a simp for a woman in unhealthy ways is not healthy. And we wouldn't even take these men that are lusting over us seriously, because no woman wants a man who over-sexualizes women. That does not create safety for the feminine. But we're not aware of these things. So the women that maybe you're attracting in your life and you bring up, hey, I think I'm going to do semen retention because, you know, maybe it's just a calling that you have, and she kind of puts up a fight about it. You got to understand that's her supply that she's getting from you, whether it be through sex, because a lot of women actually need sex for connection. That's why women mostly participate in sex. For a guy, it can be different. It's because of, you know, he needs to get his nut off. Maybe it's a buildup of energy. And for a woman, it's not like that. It's for connection purposes, to feel that deeper connection to a man, which we all crave as human beings to some degree. So, you know, you pulling in your semen, she's going to be like, but maybe we don't know how to connect in any other way through sex and our bodies. So how is this going to work? How are we going to have this relationship? How am I supposed to support you in this? Because that's the only way I feel a connection from you. That's a good clue that maybe there's something unhealthy in the relationship if the only way you guys connect is through sex. Listen, you guys, sex is not everything. Sex is a beautiful part of this human experience, but when we abuse it and we misuse it, we are not even experiencing the potency that sex can provide in our relationships, or even just within ourselves, because we are not in alignment to our own empowerment. If both people are weak in a relationship, are needing something off of one another, when you guys connect, it's not going to be an empowering energetic. It's going to be a climax that will lower, because you guys are not in high vibration together, vibrating even at a similar wavelength. So this could be a really powerful time to, you know, stand your ground in wanting better for yourself, because when you as a man want better for yourself, that is how we heal this society and how we allow women to be in their femininity again. The only reason, honestly, you guys, because women aren't in their femininity is because men haven't been in their healthy masculine energetics to allow women the privilege to be women again. Because in today's society, well, first off, a lot of women have been hurt by men through centuries. So I get it. It's a part of our innate, you know, programming as women that sometimes when you're sensitive, you just are born into. You have this kind of collective energy that, you know, through the lineage of women have been so hurt and suppressed and abused. And it's your guys' responsibility in this modern day society to wake up to your power, to wake up. You guys are providing these women being masculine by liking their provocative photos, because that shit's not feminine. That is a masculine manipulation that women do to make men more weak as a power play, in knowing that you will be weakened by her disempowerment that makes her have a false sense of empowerment. You see, you guys get nothing in return. She gets a little spike of power when you like her picture or whatever. You guys think you get something, but what you get is deeper into the hole of weakness, the pit of weakness that you have put yourself there. No one else has. You have. So when you're awakening to this, and maybe you're sensing that maybe this has become a problem in my life, I can't go outside without sexualizing women because all I see online is over-sexualized women. So now when I look at women, all I see is something about sex. And that's not normal. Women are sacred beings, very sacred. They have purpose here. And I think women nowadays have been so not in touch with their purpose, which is to be the life speakers, to be the intuitive channels for their relationships, to allow men to lead, and for her to, be in her femininity, her creative energy. And when a man can provide a woman containment in that and safety, that is the greatest gift. But now women don't even trust men. So it is seriously not just you guys. I'm not putting blame. It's also women, because we all got to do some healing. Okay? Some ancestral healing. Let's talk about that too. We have a duty here on earth to make this world a better place for the next generation. I don't want a repeat of this shit for my children. I actually won't have it. I won't. So please do this for a greater purpose, like I preach, than just for yourself, because it's not just for yourself. There's a domino effect when you do semen retention. It is for you. It's for you to up level. But when you get yourself into a healthy energetic, you're providing that to the world, so then you can attract maybe a great woman into your life. You guys can actually be in your frames that you want to be in, the masculine and feminine, and you guys can see the magic that happens in your life. Instead of participating in a modern day society that just wants to keep you weak and that wants to put men and women against one another. Most women will never admit to the fact that they need a man. And listen, we as women need men. I don't know why that delusion is so high in today's society that women don't need men. We need men. Okay? We need to awaken to the fact that men are powerful, and we as women are powerful too. We all need to awaken to our power. It is a man's responsibility on this earth, especially in this time frame here on planet Earth, to be leaders, because we need leadership more than ever. Because guess who's leading? Our weakness is leading. So when our weakness leads, guess what we're going to be seeing? Weakness. We need to see empowerment in today's society by empowering ourselves and empowering each other. It's not rocket science. It's really not. It's actually quite simple, and it's the simplest way to go about change. That's fulfilling to our souls, because our soul cannot shame or hate another person. When you shame or hate another person that is coming from a wound that is not attached to your soul at all, it's attached to a hurt that you have not been aware of, that you're projecting onto the societal structure, onto women, just so you can heal. And by not being aware of that, you will continue to attract shit, because you got some shit behavior inside of yourself that needs clearing. So semen retention will definitely heighten a man's awareness to the shit that's happening to men and women. So this is why there's a huge part why I preach semen retention for men, because that is a great outlet and a great permission slip for a man to use to regain his healthy masculine frame of empowerment, leadership, and purpose. And getting to know himself and allowing himself the pleasure of getting to know himself, instead of needing women all the time around to solidify his worth as a man. You need to find that on your own, so then you can give a woman all of you and not fragmented parts of you that need her weakness for you to thrive as a weak man, living inside an unhealthy ego. That's where most of us live in today's society, not in a God-centered way, in an egotistical way, which is not a healthy egotistical way, but is one that feels safety within being weak, because we've been weakened in today's society. When one man regains his center to his masculine frame, his healthy masculine energy, that means one woman can live in her femininity with safety. So I applaud you guys. You guys are kings. I didn't say it in the beginning, but you guys know, I know that you a king. And I hope this video helped you in some way. If it did, give it a like. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.